in the COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has downturned our lives and our economy as well. Due to the massive economic fallout, graduates are at the risk of graduating into a recession. So how should we, as UTM graduates, prepare ourselves amidst an economic recession? What are the key factors that can be found in UTM to help us? To solve our doubts, we have two honorable panels today to give valuable insight to graduates on their preparation for post-COVID-19 crisis. Our first panel is UTM Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic and International, Prof. IRTS, Dr. Zainuddin Abdulmanan.
Welcome everybody from all over Malaysia, perhaps, and especially from the students of UTM. You are also, I guess, from all over Malaysia. Topic that I want to share today, which is about how in UTM we could work with you and allow you to leverage on the top 5 UTM-driven opportunities in adversity during this COVID-19. What we call as Race GE 2020, Rising Above COVID Challenges for Graduate Employability 2020. The achievement from our short initiative early this year, to achieve what we call as the historical graduate employability for UTM graduates, for postgraduate as well as undergraduate combined. So number one is for you, all graduates, to be part of UTM network. That is very, very important for all graduates to be part of UTM network. What you need to do really to be part of UTM Global Network, as soon as you graduate or just before you graduate, you need to fill some forms, of course. Number 2, you should be able to enter the global world in terms of getting a job. To also try to learn yourself on how to make e-portfolio, and these are the things that UTM trains you to do during your early years and now as a senior students. The next one, you must be able to also share whatever knowledge that you learn, and to be globally visible, you try to share your best practices across the world in UTM to build practical experiences. To rise above COVID challenges, UTM will have a special program to allow you to have second industrial training, for example. Because if you go for second industrial training after you graduated, for example, you will have better opportunity to work with the company as an intern first, an X factor or uniqueness that others might not have. So use all the opportunity, the 4 other things that I've mentioned to you. Bring your research to industry, publish it in LinkedIn, in your network, in video CV, and approach company, share it on FB Live, what you have done, try to make commentaries, share with other people, and you tell me whether or not that is going to secure you a job. I think it will, and 100% of UTM students will be able to get a job with the top 5 UTM-driven initiatives.
Presentation. So now, I would like to invite our next panel today, Associate Prof. Dr. Ramesh KS at Muhammad Zaidi bin Abdul Rozan. Dr. Zaidi is a Director of UTM Student Innovation and Technology Entrepreneurship Center, UTM XCITE.
My center is actually known as UTM XCITE, or the full name is UTM Center for Student Innovation and Technology Entrepreneurship. So this center is actually a center where we have focus on development of innovative programs and entrepreneurship programs towards students' development. For your information, we are focusing very much on giving the infrastructure and facilities to inculcate entrepreneurial mindset and innovation, and also we provide programs, and we plan, execute, and also oversee programs and not to forget a lot of programs related to collaboration with internal and external parties. Our programs are focusing firstly to identify the general audience from not only students, we also identify lecturers, and staff, and also external party from the 5A stream. So we have awareness, we have acquire, activate, accelerate, and attain. So the easier, very easy to understand is we provide entrepreneurial learning. If you see in 2019, we have a lot of programs. So last semester 1, 2019-2020, UTM XCITE was involved to become a coordinator for digital marketing, digital commerce program. So we embed digital commerce in introduction to entrepreneurship courses. Okay, so another one big program that we designed since the 3 semester ago was SAM's Sustainable Entrepreneurial Mindset Showcase. So this is a program where we identify the 17 Sustainable Development Goals from SDG. Information, we have just recently we launched a coffee talk program. We call it it's actually conducted by Leaderpreneurship at UTM XCITE. Here we develop leaders who are very entrepreneurial, and we request them to actually we give them ideas so that they can actually identify speakers among students. This is 100% empowered by students. I think some of you or most of you remember UTM Face Shield project. Okay, so UTM Face Shield project, UTM XCITE and our startup student, Sigma 3D Maker, engage very comprehensively for the project. Okay, it's related to race GE 2020 activities. Okay, in order to make sure that we cover before and after graduation, UTM XCITE will be coming up with UTM U Big Usahawan Bakal Graduan. Thank you very much. That's all from me.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zaidi, for such a useful sharing. Dear all, here comes our awaiting Q&A session. All the participants, please feel free to leave your question in the chat box or the Facebook comment. Before we open to the public, dear panelists, I have 2 questions. In your opinion, what are the vital and critical graduate employment skills needed by the job seekers to try to resist pandemic?
The most critical graduate skills that is sought after by employer, be it an employer or you become employer yourself or self-employed. Okay, let's start with the 5C, first being continuous learner. I'll give you an example. You as a graduate, one of the skills that you gain from UTM, you already have the skill that you want to unleash them. Is actually research skill. Yeah. So, what you may need to be thinking about, what are the things that people need at the hour? What's the need of the hour for researchers?
From the perspective of, from the context of entrepreneurship. All right. For example, number 1, as a continuous learner, okay, you must understand a lot of people, they learn a lot, okay, but they are not really understanding the level of competency or competence that they have. So once a person learn, they have this, what we call an illusion of competence.
We received a question from our Facebook from Kabiru Usman. He asking, what do we do when it gets very challenging to get employed after spending much of time making so many job applications?
Everyone actually has their own skills. They have their skills. There's no such thing as graduating without any skill set. Okay, there's no such thing. Especially if you graduate from UTM, it's impossible. It's impossible because UTM is very active, especially if you are engaged with so many friends. Okay, so first thing that I want to share, when we call it what they call bird in hand principle. So whatever skill set that you have while waiting to be employed, okay, while waiting for a job interview or job offer, okay, you should be able to map your skill set towards any kind of opportunity that you can see. Okay, so this opportunity again, it's like a door, you know. The opportunity is always like a door. So either you open it or you wait other people to open for you. But if you have a lot of network, like what Prof. Zen mentioned, it goes back to the fundamental. If you have a lot of network, we can the skills may be useful to some segment, because the more network you have, the bigger addressable market that you have. Okay, of course your skill set may be useful for a specific area, but a bigger network, that means a bigger addressable market, you can actually get your voice heard. Your voice heard, that means your value will be heard by someone who is actually asking for it. Okay, so this is actually the principle of how Google Ads, okay, or the digital marketing do. Okay, so this is what they actually do, because actually add what we call copywriting. Okay, the copywriting is how you actually write about yourself, how you actually sell yourself, how you actually tell people about the knowledge that you have and what kind of value that you can solve through your skill set. So I like to recommend you to have a lot of portfolios. Okay, keep your portfolios. I think
To come back to UTM, to come back to iLEAGUE and find XCITE. Again, like I said, we don't have enough students to give jobs to. We have more than enough. Here we have 30,000 networks across the world who would be able to help you. And with 30,000 against 3,000, the odds is of getting a job is higher.
Zain, regarding this internship problem, I have a question from Facebook from Mohammed Arab. I think he's an international student. He thinks that international students face a lot of challenges for getting industrial training. So how can UTM help them to get this industrial training easily?
Just through preparation, it made this opportunity all of a sudden available for you, because through Talent Corp and Talent Corp's network across ASEAN, we have addressed this issue. And if you have any issue, again, look back to one. One is be traceable by UTM. Go back to UTM.
This question also comes from our Facebook comment from No Amira Kairina. She asked, among the many activities in UTM, which one she should join to get a better chance to be employed, because of the limited time we have before our graduation. So maybe
a lot of programs, particularly, let's say if I put from the perspective of UTM XCITE, a lot of programs which we conduct, the programs is innovation and entrepreneurship. But you must understand, it's not only about designing people to become entrepreneur. That will be the best that we want. Okay, but the other part is actually to become entrepreneurial.
With all the knowledge and skills that you have equipped yourself from iLEAGUE, UTM SCEE and UTM XCITE, now you should be prepared to do one other thing, the last thing, which is jump into the pool. Really, to jump into the pool is the next thing to do, because you do not have much time left. You are going to graduate, and don't worry, we have a lifesaver for you. UTM will be like your lifesaver at the deep end of the pool. You jump you must. What we do for you to jump into the pool is actually to promote yourself with industry, that this is our graduates, they are ready to go to industry, and you can give them, if you do not have a job yet, we are ready to help you solve your problem, do the industrial training according to the scheme that I proposed earlier, University Industry Innovation Exchange, UNIX. We solve in
to do or not, what to do or not, that's actually the difference between entrepreneur and not. So if you have the entrepreneurial mindset, jump jump to program, to do it. I believe you will get a lot of benefit. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zaidi.
Of UTM programs, the contents of 11 program outcomes, for example, only 1 or 2 or 3 would emphasize on your technical skills or technical content skills. You agree or disagree? So, very few, yeah, or only 10% would ask you or would expect you to have a in-depth and excellent, outstanding knowledge of chemical engineering. For all you know, next 5 years, yeah, what you learn may not be relevant anymore. 85% of jobs in the 2030 is not created yet. You are learning only 10%, and the other 90% you don't know yet. So why you focus on the very deep knowledge-based thing that you are going to not use anyway? Focus on the 90% and you can be better. Why? Because especially on the 90%, the top skills that I have specified is actually ability to learn. You can learn chemical engineering later. Or you can learn this like the English major who learn about how to describe process of refinery, yeah, to the T, and you can do better than them, perhaps, yeah. So
Hafiz Faizal, he asked, being a job creator is one of the ways to solve unemployment issue. So how to change the student's mindset from a job seeker to a job creator?
You must experience. So the best way to experience offering job or offering services to people is in university. For example, university is the best living laboratory for everyone. But you actually have to think of an idea or some way or the other to think innovatively and creatively, push your mind so hard so that your mindset will click, so that you will provide jobs, or in this case services. Start small, okay? Start small.
Here is the last question of our forum today from the WebEx. The question is, what kind of jobs are among the highly demanded during the anticipated recession after COVID-19? Will our disciplines be still in demand and relevant?
Okay, so what I can see, a lot of things related to digitalization is taking place. Okay, so organization are now, if you even today, the newspaper talk about guru COVID. COVID-19 is actually a guru. You imagine, COVID-19 as a guru is teaching us lesson. Is teaching us lesson throughout the first day until now. Still every day we learn. Okay, and we learn it in the hard way.
It's indeed a pleasure to have panels and all the participants. I hope everyone learned the tips and tricks shared by our panels and start to prepare ourselves for the post-COVID-19 looming crisis by utilizing UTM facilities well. I'd like to thank the UTM SPS, UTM XCITE and UTM iLEAGUE for their well collaboration. Also thanks to our PGSS SKA and SCEE for their hard work.